Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This is going to be doing our annual video that we always do every year, and this is going to be the year in review for the year that was 2021. Okay guys, just going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video for today. This one is going to be doing our annual video that we always do every year. This is going to be doing our yearly review for this year, 2021. So, we're going to do our yearly kind of discussion, talking about what we liked about the year, what we didn't like, and then obviously we'll kind of do a ranking for the year out of 10 at the end of this video. We'll kind of give our, kind of final thoughts on this year and kind of moving into 2022. How did this year exactly go for, well, me, myself, and also just in general, the entertainment this year and, all the stuff kind of that came with it. So, there was a lot that went down this year. Holy frig. Now, I'll kind of start off by saying this. It's not as packed as 2020, and if anything, that's actually a good thing, because 2020 was such a hectic year, it wasn't even funny. This year was definitely a better year for me, at least. Obviously, we can all speak for ourselves here. This is really just when it comes to me, like just for me in my life. I've enjoyed this year a lot more than last year. However, I still have a lot of problems with this year. There's still a lot of things that it did not exactly go right when it comes to the entertainment or anything like that. Yeah, we're going to discuss that in this video. So 2021. Okay, so this is probably going to be a long video, so definitely, sit back, sit back, enjoy. So, okay, the year begins. We've had, obviously, a terrible 2020. We jump into this year. What do we have? Well, we jump into this year, and at least on the channel, this is kind of what we had to start things off. We had the rest of the Season 7 B rewrites. Now, that was the first thing we had. Obviously, we finished up that season. That was, obviously around there for a bit. We had episodes, I believe, 12 to 16 that we finished there. So that was the kind of the first thing I remember I put out on the channel. And then after that, I started to review a game called The Wolf Among Us. Now, this game was very up and down for me. As you guys know, I really was not the biggest fan of it. However, I will say this. It was the one game that we did review this year. We did review the Telltale series the year before. So I remember this year I wanted to review The Wolf Among Us, which I still plan on reviewing another game series at some point here soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. It'll be a little bit, but we'll probably, do another review for a game series because I haven't done that in almost, about a year now, right? So that was kind of fun. A little draggy, not gonna lie. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it was nowhere near as good as The Walking Dead, but I will say it was very, very good, at times, at least, at times. Okay, so after that, we had also Survival of the Fittest Season 3. That began. That was a really great season there by Megamat. That was a really, really great season there. So Survival had its Season 3. Still my favorite season the guy has actually done so far is Season 3. I think he has done an amazing job with that show. When it comes to that season in particular, yeah, really, really great season there. And then we had, okay, so this is the big one for this year, for me at least, because I never thought I would ever release this to anybody. Honestly, I never thought that anybody would see this. I kind of was starting to feel like this would never come to existence at all, and that is the beginning of World Gone Mad and World Gone Mad Season 1. So finally, after a good few years of promising, and finally after a good few years of telling you guys it's coming and still trying to figure out how exactly I was going to do it, I finally actually got, I got my crap together, I guess you could say, and I finally released the first season of World Gone Mad. And of course, I've heard from you guys the reaction. Of course, I want to acknowledge it. I'm very happy to hear how much you guys enjoyed that first season. I'm very, very happy to hear that. I know a lot of people, really, really enjoyed it, so I'm happy to hear about that. And the series is going to continue for a very, very long time, so it's not going anywhere. So definitely enjoy it and get ready for Season 3. But season 1 was a really fun season. I was still kind of experimenting and trying to figure out how exactly I was going to do it. But, I've even told people, like people have even come to me and said, like, Dan, that was you experimenting? Like, yeah, it was. Like, I still didn't exactly know how I was going to do it while I was making Season 1. Honestly, I think it's you guys, to be honest, that gave me the confidence to go about Season 2 the way I did. And, Season 3 and, all that stuff. But, yeah, anyway, Season 1, really fun stuff there. And, Really enjoyed doing that for sure. Then we had The Walking Dead 10C. Now, The Walking Dead 10C, oh boy. Now, that is a half season that I like. I do like it. I like the character episodes. I like, a lot of the setup they had. The setup for the Reapers, the setup for, Negan's character, the setup for Aaron's character even, the setup for Daryl with Leah, they, Splinter with Princess, developing that character. Like, they definitely set things up. Like when Angela said, like, it is a bridge type of season, a half season. It's a bridge into the final season. She wasn't wrong. That is exactly what that is. But there are also episodes like Diverged, which don't progress the plot at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of get a mix there. So I think 10C is a pretty darn good half. I think it has problems though, but I think it mostly delivered. Mostly. With the exception of, portions of certain episodes not exactly being my thing, but I think for the most part, 10C was a pretty darn solid half, I would say. That's what I'd say about it. It's not mind-blowing. It's not even great either. It's just a good half season, kind of, spend time with your characters before the final season type of thing. But I will say, here's Negan coming out of that was really fantastic. So, then we had 6B of Fear the Walking Dead. Holy frig, this half season's a mess. Oh my god, this half season is a frickin' mess. They killed John Dory. They ended the Virginia storyline, thank god. And, I mean, they've had the end as the beginning group, but it was such a darn mess. I mean, honestly, the whole thing was either unrealistic, annoying, frustrating, visually unappealing. Like, there was always something wrong with it, And they did do a few interesting things, like they brought John Sr. in there, / damage control, I'd say. But either way, I think 6B, it's not good. I mean, I can't lie to you guys. I don't think it's a good half season whatsoever. But, I mean, I've heard a lot of people say they like it, so to each their own. If you like it, you like it, good for you. For me personally, 6B was just not my thing. I really don't like it at all. But 6A was good. That's why it sucks that they carried on the way they did, because 6A last year, like the year before, was actually really good. And then you go into 6B, and I'm like, what in the hell happened here, man? Like, honestly, I don't get it. But anyway, that's that. Then we had Wasteland Season 3, which came out, which sadly was our only season of Wasteland this year, but I thought it was a really good season. I had my gripes with that season, but I think for the most part, it was a very good season. I think, the storyline with Warper, with his new group, was definitely very interesting, and I think the season 3 finale in particular really stands out from that season. I thought that was very good, and yeah, that's another good season right there from the community. All right, so now let's talk about, well, something that's very, very bad this year, and that was Black Summer. So Black Summer Season 2. Oh my god, what the hell did they do here? I mean, it sucked to begin with, but my god, like, honestly, you know what the sad truth is about Black Summer 2, guys? This is the funniest thing about it. This was actually a better season than Season 1. I can actually go ahead and say that. Like, this was a better season than Season 1. It was still bad. I mean, honestly, I don't know what the hell was wrong with this season, but honestly, it was Black Summer. I guess that's the best way to say it. It was Black Summer, and it sucked. Let's say it that way. It absolutely freaking sucked. So, yeah, that was that. So I think Black Summer was a tremendous fail this year, to be honest with you guys. I did not like it. Now, let's talk about something that also sucked. Clementine Lives. Oh my god, this thing just aggravated the hell out of me. They completely turned that character into a nuisance. A total piece of crap that... to a point where I wish that comic never existed. I wish it never was on the face of this earth and we never saw it. And, I mean, Clementine's story is over, to me, at least. I never understood why they had to bring the character back to begin with. I thought they gave her a good enough exit in Season 4. I don't know why they decided to do this, but it really didn't make any logical sense. At least to me, it made no logical sense. And then we had Rick Grimes 2000, which for some reason, nobody acknowledged that comic. I thought it was a really fun series. You had, some little, stuff like this, kind of like a little fun comic. There's no substance to it. There's no story to it. It's just for fun to kind of go back and see some of those old comic characters again. And if, let's say, the governor met Negan, or, if this character did this, or it's like a big what if, and I thought it was really, really fun. Now, we also had the series of Invincible. Now, that was on Amazon Prime. I remember that one very well. That was a really darn good season, I think. And that was the first season of Invincible was a very good start to, well, what's to come, which apparently there's supposed to be a live action series of that, from what I've heard. So that's going to be really cool. So very excited to see that. I think the first season of Invincible was really fantastic. And that was another one of my favorites from, Prime, definitely this year. I thought that was really great. Prime has had a lot of great series as well too, so definitely I'd say Invincible probably being one of the top ones, at least for this year, because we haven't had The Boys this year. So I'd say, yeah, Invincible was definitely the star on Prime for this year, at least. So that was that. Now, we also had Survival of the Fittest Season 4. That was another season that came out. Now, this season is not exactly for me. I've said that a few times. I'm not the most thrilled about that season. I guess it's the way to say it. I think there are some good episodes in there, but I don't know. It's not exactly as strong as the third season, but I will say it definitely, it had its moments. I'll say it that way. It definitely had its moments, and I think it delivered in some aspects. I just think that certain things were, it could have been better, I guess is the way I'll kind of say it. I think the season could have been a little bit better, but yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Okay, now let's talk about another season that, obviously was built up here for a little while, and obviously it finally delivered, and honestly I thought it was great, is The Walking Dead 11A. Now, man, this was awesome. Honestly, this was a freaking awesome season. Like I said, I don't like Pope. I don't like his character, but aside from that, you've got yourself a fantastic season here. Some of these episodes, like, the Maggie Negan stuff, the Reapers introduction, the Commonwealth introduction, the freaking oh man, so good. The Connie episode, that one was awesome. They had so many episodes, like the Hunted episode, like this season was honestly so good, and it gave me those vibes, out there trying to survive, out in the wild, being hunted by your enemy. Like, it's something that I never thought we would get from this show again, and we got it, and I thought it was really great. So 11A coming in strong for me. I think this was a really well done half season, honestly. Now, you also had the Fear the Walking Dead Season 4B rewrites. Now, this one released during the summer as well, too, right before 11A started. I remember this one was releasing to you guys, and I was very happy to release this, because unlike the Walking Dead rewrites with Season 7 and, the previous stuff I did, this was something completely different. And doing the Fear the Walking Dead rewrites, I also kind of noticed something as well too, is that there seemed to be a bigger level of interest. I don't know if that's just me, but I noticed it, because we had rewrite original characters. We had, characters that were there before that came back, because a certain other writer didn't want to use them. Yeah, it was the big Proctor season. I was really happy with, how you guys, at least received it from what I could tell. Yeah, the Proctors definitely being the threat in that half season. One of my favorite threats I did this year when it comes to my own writing. I think that was a really fun storyline. And it ain't over either. We're going to continue that in Season 5, and it ramps up from there. So honestly, yeah, definitely that is something that I can't wait to see you guys continue to watch in the next year. So yeah, the Proctors, 4B, definitely some fun stuff right there. Really enjoyed doing that. I thought that was a really fun season there for sure. And my personal favorite rewrites I've done this year. Just me, but that is actually my favorite rewrite I've done this year. Now, we also had the Road Rat series, which is a spin-off of Survival of the Fittest. Now, this was one season. Obviously, we haven't seen more than that yet, but we have seen the first season. I thought it was a very good season in terms of kind of what it could do, and also how it connected to Survival of the Fittest. And I actually would even make the argument, I think it does beat Survival Season 4. I actually do. And I think that it's not on par with Season 3, but I think it is a really darn good season. At least for the most part there. I think we had some really good stuff. The only thing from the show that I think was necessarily on the more negative side was the characters. I feel like certain characters could have been better, but I think in terms of the story and everything that was done, I thought it was very well done. There's also some, cameos in there, and there's some really cool stuff in that season. So, definitely some good stuff there for sure. And then we had, well, oh boy, let's talk about these. So, okay, Fear the Walking Dead 7A and World Beyond Season 2. Okay, 7A of Fear the Walking Dead is a total freaking disgrace. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about that season. There is not one episode I like. Not even one episode I like in that season. There is not barely any good characters in that half season. The story sucks. It visually sucks. I mean, shall I go on? Like, Fear this year was so bad to a point where it even ruined a character like Alicia. Like, that character is awful. Now, I'm sorry, but what they've done with her is so ridiculous. And not even just that. The rivalry between Strand and Morgan, I thought was going to be something exciting. No, it is goofy as all hell. It is to a point where I am laughing out loud by the time the half season ends because of how goofy they handled those characters. And I just don't even know what to say about it. I really, really don't. And then World Beyond. Okay, so here comes the freaking World Beyond simps over here. So, for some reason, people think that this is the best show ever. I don't know what the hell that came from, but I'm just going to put it to you straight up honest, okay? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like season 2 either. I really don't. The only episodes I like are the series finale, because I think it ended well and it also connected into something else CRM related, something I'd actually give a crap about. And episode 8 was, it had a good shootout, I guess, right? Aside from that, you have bad characters, bad writing, not interesting storytelling at all. CRM is a freaking joke. They kick out Elizabeth out of the story just to add in Jadis 2 episodes, 3 episodes before the freaking show is done. Turn that character into something stupid. Put Jadis in there, which I actually thought was good, but it's like, what about Elizabeth? What about your going villain your entire show? You're just gonna forget about that now? Like, I can't even fathom with this freaking show. The acting is not good. I'm sorry. I have to point it out. The acting is not good. The only actors I think that did a good job were like Elton, Silas, Jadis, obviously. But aside from that, I'm sorry. These performances were not good. I have to point it out, to be honest with you. And again, it's nothing against the actors. I just don't think they picked the right ones. That's the problem. It's really just that simple. So World Beyond, for a lot of people, I know they're about to say it was a major success, better than Walking Dead, all that happy crap. For me, I have to say Walking Dead kicked its ass. I mean, as it usually does. I mean, Walking Dead, I find myself rewatching 10C and 11A so many times this year, whereas with World Beyond, I've seen the crap once, and would I ever go back and watch it? No, not a chance, honestly, not a freaking chance. So, I don't know. That's just for me. I'm not a big fan of it. And then, okay, so the last 2 things. So, World Gone Mad Season 2. Okay, so World Gone Mad Season 2, that aired throughout the year, and it wrapped up near the end of the year. That season as well, we delved into the Vipers, we expanded on the Chris character, and killed him, by the end of the season. But we had a lot of stuff. We had the war with the Vipers, the brutality, the frickin', just the team up with Lincoln and Dave, all that stuff. Everybody kind of coming together to take out this bigger enemy. And then obviously this whole year, we've heard about this character called the Queen. We've heard about her. We've never really known exactly who she is. And by the end of the year, I've given you guys a little bit of a peek of what you can expect for this kind of character next year. So, season 2 had a lot in it. We delved into a lot. It was also a way bigger season than season 1. The episodes were longer. It was definitely more time consuming than the first season, which hence made it more difficult to make. But I was very, very happy with the way that season came out. And honestly, I was very, very happy to release that season as well, too. WGM season 2 wrapped up with, a big kind of setup for the 3rd season. And I think, we'll have to see what you guys think about the 3rd season. It's in the editing process right now. But I'm very, very excited. And then the last thing we'll talk about is The Walking Dead Season 8A rewrites. Now, this was the last thing I gave you guys this year, and I think it was also the last big major deal of the year, because I can't really think of anything else at the end of the year. But I do know this is that the Season 8 rewrites 8A, you guys seem to enjoy it. We had the Pikes this year. We had obviously a lot of that stuff. We had the Whispers and their introduction, and Morgan. Obviously, we've had some hints to Emil. We've had a lot of big stuff like that, and Dwight's still been around, and we've had a lot of changes from the original graphic novels and, the TV show, obviously not having Rick, this version obviously having Rick and stuff like that. So, that's that. So, that is the year that was 2020 in terms of entertainment and all that good stuff. Now, okay, what can I say about this year out of 10? What can I say about this year in terms of, kind of an overall thoughts on it? Okay, for me, it's not as bad as 2020. Now, obviously, when I say out of 10, this is saying my opinion. You guys are obviously entitled to your opinion. In terms of content, in terms of what we've got, in terms of kind of what we've got set up for the next year, and, you know, kind of our, you know, more bad content this year, kind of the real world situation, you know, always being kind of sucky, you know, we won't go into that because I don't want to talk about it on here, but, you know, point is in these videos is to escape from reality, so we're not going to discuss that here, but, okay, I'll say this, this year was like a 6 out of 10, you know, for me. It's not a total fail. I'm going to give it a 6 just because I did enjoy a lot of stuff this year, but there's also a lot of stuff I didn't like, you know, like The Wolf Among Us, or, you know, I'm trying to think here, like, you know, portions of 10C, I will admit, or 6B of Fear, or 7A, or World Beyond. You know, again, this is my opinion speaking, of course, because World Beyond has a bunch of simps nowadays. But, I don't know. 6 out of 10, it was a pretty decent year. I can't say I'm leaving this year pissed off like I was last year, but I wish it could have been better at the same time, you know. But it is a slight... Well, no, it is. It's an upgrade from last year. I'll say it that way. It is an upgrade from last year, but that is basically all I can kind of say about it at the moment. So that is kind of my thoughts on 2021. Now I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of this year overall? And definitely write your comments in the comment section below. So, of course, guys, if you're new here, click to subscribe onto YouTube some videos for The Walking Dead. And, of course, follow Dance Walk TV, subscribe, guys. And, of course, have a great 2022, of course, year, guys. We'll have a few more videos to wrap up the year. But that is my thoughts on 2021. Now I want to hear from you guys, and now I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below how the year was for you. And, of course, I want to hear all of that from you guys in the comment section below. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?